For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder in every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle. Open the reason for full mercy. Open the reason full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. And a harvest of righteousness is sworn in peace by those who make peace. James 3:16-18 verse.
Hey fam bam, it's me, Juslonda. Have you subscribed? Have you joined the fam? Join the madness, join the fun. It's me, Juslonda. Can we talk that talk?
You gotta be able to laugh at yourself.
If I go on camera, if I'm doing stuff, that's what I told him too.
But if they jokes, why you gotta apologize if they jokes?
Well,
Nobody's too big to be talked about, though. You did the right thing, but everybody can be talked about.
I not talk about every.
So I sat down and watched a podcast with Scott Barnes and Stephen. You know, the Stephen that looks like George Floyd. Them. I've got the name of the podcast. Look, I just stumbled across it. So I watched the interview and Mike Epps was being Mike Epps. Okay, and he said a couple of things. But you know what? That Stephen, let's watch it together, because you know, let's just watch it together.
Again, just recently, you know, there's headlines between, you know, you had to stand up, you had said some stuff, and obviously Sharpe in his podcast and Cat Williams and all this, you know, it really made headlines, broke records. You recently got in the man and was telling jokes, how you tell jokes, and it kind of started getting back and forth, but I was glad, I knew it would happen. You and Shanon were able to talk and figure it out, and that happened, I think, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Can you kind of, you don't have to tell us what it was about, but just how that came about and where you guys are at now?
Well, you know.
Pause. Do you see Stephen, his facial expression? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see his facial expression? And I like how they jumped right into the Cat Williams and Shanon Sharpe thing. So, you know, they waste no time at all. They want to get to the nitty gritty, right? Okay.
We, at the end of the day, this is all entertainment. You know, that's what this is. We're not selling drugs. We're not in the underworld. So there's some guidelines and rules to the business that we're in. And, you know, at the end of the day, we got families, we got kids and stuff like that. So sometimes we...
Pause. Do you see Stephen's facial expression? Do you see the way he is tapping his feet? He has some animosity towards, I don't know. I'm just going to say Club Shay Shay. That's what I feel. I feel like he has some animosity towards that because Cat Williams went on his podcast and he's like well over 60 million just on that interview alone. But not only that, his break-offs, how he just did chapters and just broke down in segments is what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for. Segments. His segments is doing numbers. I just want to be right there. Okay. His segments is doing numbers. Or, you know, he made Club Shay Shay a very rich podcast that night. He really did. And you can tell Stephen is still in his feelings about it. I'm not seeing that from Matt, but I'm definitely seeing it from Stephen. And God says that you're not supposed to have any type of jealousy at all. But It's written. So it's written all over your face. Yeah, it's there.
Get out of line, man. And me personally, I can get out of line a little bit. Sometimes, well, I said some stuff that I did. Some stuff I shouldn't have said. Some of the stuff was good. It was funny. Everybody was laughing. But then when I went back and looked at it, I said, yeah, I kind of crossed the line a little bit. But when you go cross the line, you're already there. So I just didn't expect. I just didn't expect the brother to get so mad about it, And then, like I said on the podcast, I said a lot of people have been talking about it. I mean, I seen it on Saturday Night Live. I seen a lot of Corey Holcomb, different ones. I just was wondering why, you know what I mean?
You got singled out.
And then, he told me, he was like, you know what, Mike, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Now, I just want to stop that. I thought because of the fact that he lied on his name. That's what I was thinking. I thought that Shanon Sharpe has a very, he has like a sense of humor, things like that. That's what I pulled from it. I pulled from it was the fact that he lied about being on the podcast. Like, that was it.
It was because it was you. He said, because guess what?
I fuck with you.
These people out here, they'll damn near do what you tell them to do.
Mike Epps.
So when he said that, I said, damn, you're right, man. I didn't look at it that way at first. And it just brought some light to me, man. And, I felt bad about it. And I wanted to meet up with him and personally look him in the face and tell him that I was sorry. Because I've been messing with people and talking about him since I was a kid. You know what I mean?
I like the fact that Mike Epps wanted to meet up Shanon face to face and squash everything. You know what I'm saying? That is a good thing. To be a man and be able to settle it, without any hard feelings or someone getting hurt, a fight break out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot where we're in a society that people are always jump to fighting, mainly killing. You know what I'm saying? We harm each other so badly. And these are the end times. These are definitely the end times. And it's showing the way the world is. So I'm glad that those two men were able to settle it without anyone getting hurt.
I'm talking about, I hold my breath when I was a kid and say, I'm about to do it. And I'll talk about the bully. I'll talk about the dude that shoot everybody and all that and say something to him that don't nobody say, man, look at them shoes and blah, and everybody be laughing. He be looking like, I'm finna kill you. So that's my thing. That's what I do. I crack jokes.
Right.
On anybody.
Period. Right.
On myself.
Got to.
And just look at Steven's body language. Like, he's not having it. He's not having it. He's not happy with his answers. He's not happy at all.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
If I go on camera, if I'm doing stuff, that's what I told him too.
But if they jokes, why you got to apologize if they jokes?
Well,
that is a good question. If they are jokes, why do you have to apologize? Because you know what? Let me tell you, I come from an era. Well, actually, I'm not even from that era. Because the stuff that I would think that it's funny, it's actually racist. And I'm realizing it as I had gotten older. Like, I just thought it was funny. Movies that would be like, especially like Porky's. If y'all ever seen anything like that, there is no black people in that movie at all. Excuse me, in any of those movies at all. And it is racist. But to me, those things were funny to me. That's just how I grew up. That's what I grew up watching. Even though as a young person I shouldn't have been watching it, but it was funny to me. It was funny to me. Where now these days that would be a no-no. Like, you would not be able to watch those things. And I think you can pull something off. If you are going to step over and do those boundaries and make it funny, make it hecka funny. You know what I'm saying? I saw what he was talking about and things like that. To me, it wasn't all that funny, because he would say his joke and then he would hit the mic. You know what I'm saying? He would hit the mic. So that means to me that you didn't have confidence in your own joke and you're hoping everyone would laugh with you. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't think the joke was funny. Now, if he would have set that up really well, I'm thinking Shanon would not have a problem with the joke. But again, I thought that Shanon was upset at the fact that he lied on his name. He lied on the podcast.
I mean, you know, like I said, man, it wasn't Shucky Ducky telling the joke. It was Mike Epps telling. It was Mike.
Oh my God, Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Oh my God, he is so funny. I grew up on that too. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Oh, yeah, I grew up on that too.
Epps that got a 5-season sitcom on Netflix. It was Mike Epps that got a movie out with Snoop right now. And it was Mike Epps that got a special coming out on Netflix. It's Mike Epps that been in the business for 30 years. It's Mike Epps that, you know.
Name hold weight. Your name holds some weight.
Yeah, so you know, it was Mercedes-Benz versus Honda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I get that. You know, Shanon feels that Mike Epps, you know, could have some type of influence on people. You know what I'm saying? And that was his issue.
If Mercedes-Benz said something about me, I got to say something about what he said. You know, that's what happened, man. So we shook hands, we made cool. And one thing I wanted to show these kids.
That's another way to do it.
I wanted to show these kids that, guess what, no matter how I felt about him and how he felt about me, that guess what? This don't have to end in violence. And I'm not about to prove myself to nobody and mess what I worked so hard for to show somebody I'm a real nigga.
Nobody's too big to be talked about, though. You did the right thing, but everybody can be talked about.
I not talk about everybody.
He is salty. He is salty. And I get it. No one is too big to be talked about. I get it. But it was what he said. And he's not acknowledging that part. God doesn't like jealousy. God doesn't like jealousy. I hope you find it in your heart to just unravel that, because you are too old to be holding that in your heart the way you are.
Yeah,
I have talked about every.
You see what I'm saying? Look, do you see Stephen?
He spoke his mind. Everybody should speak their mind. That's just what it is. I wouldn't let him go hard as he did on a lot of people on our show. I just wouldn't, because we got relationships with him. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You don't have a show, so you wouldn't know what you would do. We've done hundreds of shows. So we know how to handle that type of shit. The whole world talking about the cat interview. The whole world. Everybody giving their opinions. But I can't speak on it because I'm so live. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Well, go on everybody else's page and tell them that too then.
I'm serious. I mean, I talk about Shaq straight in his face. I done called him Shrek and all kinds. He just be laughing. I'm thinking that he gonna laugh too.
You only get mad like that when there's some truth to it, dog. That's just how I feel.
You only get mad when there's some truth to it. No. You get mad because of them talking about you. Especially if you're out here you're doing your job and things like that. Okay, I get it. You get mad if someone, and I'm going to go way left field, okay? Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. If a girl says that she was assaulted by a man, but wasn't assaulted by a man, doesn't press the charges, but tells people all around her that you assaulted her, but she doesn't want to press charges because, for one, it never happened. Would you not be upset? Because it's not true. It's your name. It's your name. People get upset over the English things. It's your name that's being frowned upon, that's being lied on. It's your name. All you have is your name. So why wouldn't he be upset? If it's true or if it's not true, why wouldn't he be upset? It's your name. It's your name, pumpkin.
I'm glad you guys got to talk and clear your piece up. But your show on HGTV with your wife, Buying Back the Block, obviously something that's very important to you, near and dear to your heart.
So I really enjoyed that. Like, it's your name. You know what I'm saying? It's your name. And the fact that they could come together and be men speaks volumes.
Colorado.
The current state of comedy right now, what you think about it with the cancel culture and everybody being so sensitive to jokes and things like that? What's your opinion on it?
Well, I think as a comedian, you really gotta weigh your odds. You got one level of it that makes sense. Every level of it makes sense. But you got a group of guys over here that you think about Dave Chappelle, you think about Cat Williams, you think about guys like Corey Holcomb. These dudes are fearless, man. These dudes ain't thinking like I'm thinking. See, I'm over there, they over there saying everything I want to say. But I can't mess my money up because I got I know how to act in a movie.
Different lane.
I know how to do TV. Right. I know how to produce.
He knows how to act. He doesn't want to mess up his money, is what he's saying. So those people are the ones that don't hold their tongue. Those are also the ones that, other than Corey, but I don't know Corey. I don't know how much Corey makes. But Dave Chappelle, he makes millions. Cat Williams, God blesses him all the time. So I don't get it. Why don't you step out on faith? If you see something, say something. But he's worried about his money. I get it.
Right.
So I'm over there looking and trying to protect that.
Right.
It don't have nothing to do with that. Now, if I take that lane right there, it might cut that off.
Right.
Because you don't see none of them dudes.
Like real crossing over.
Yeah.
Right.
Not that they can't do it.
Right. They're just not.
I don't know what he's talking about. The only person that really doesn't do that much acting, it's Corey. But Cat Williams has been in movies. Dave Chappelle has been in movies. Half Baked. Blue Streak. He had his own TV show, for Christ's sake. I'm so sorry, Lord. For goodness sake. So, what's the difference? What's the difference? Maybe, Chappelle doesn't want to act anymore because he makes so much with doing those Netflix specials. So, you know what I'm saying? If he values being with his family because all he has to do is drop a special and he doesn't have to do anything for the next 2 years, why not? Why not? You see what I'm saying?
But they got a heart of a lion when it comes to this game.
Mm-hmm.
Them guys I'm telling you, they fearless, man. They go up there and say, so I'll say some crazy stuff, but Lord Jesus, they go hard. And I just sit back with my popcorn. I'm like, boy, they got a whole lot of heart, man.
It says in the good book that you either, God prefers you to be on one side or the other. He doesn't want you in the middle. So I like the fact that he said they go hard. You know what I'm saying? Truth tellers are in the Bible. God wants all of you. You know what I'm saying? And he's right. Dave Chappelle is a little iffy to me. He's funny, but I think he's losing it. I think his comedy is seeping out. I think he's not as funny as he used to be. Cat Williams is definitely still funny to me. Corey Holcomb, I haven't seen Corey in anything to laugh at, so I don't know.
And it works for him. They sell tickets like a mother.
Absolutely. Has the genre suffered because of this? Because of everybody being so sensitive?
Oh yeah.
Yes. With everyone being so sensitive now. Where did that come from? Where's everybody's talking about their feelings? Their feelings are being hurt all the time. What happened to brushing stuff off? And we'll wrap that back around with Shanon Sharpe. Why you didn't chuck it on the chin? Two wrongs don't make a right. It's two wrongs don't make a right. Take me with a grain of salt. But everyone is very sensitive now. And I'm like, where did that happen? When did we get into that era that was so sensitive?
Yeah, that's a, when you think about Richard Pryor and Red Fox and Bernie Mac and them kind of guys, man.
Those are the greats.
They wouldn't have made it in this time. They would have probably just walked away from the game.
No, they would not have walked away from the game. They would have still been exactly who they are, but made it work for them. You can get away with anything as long as it's funny. As long as it's funny. Like, if it's, don't you laugh, because if you laugh, majority of people will laugh too, and they'll just be like, you know what I'm saying? It won't crack them up. So, if it's funny, you can get away with stuff. Dave Chappelle has proven it. Cat Williams has proved it. Say what you want to say. Make it funny. Don't just sit there and laugh, and then it's odd that you're the only one laughing.
Because it's a damn shame that you're allowed to do it in a different area, and you're not allowed to do it in the area that is really you supposed to be doing it at. Comedians are supposed to be able to say whatever we want to say and crack a joke. I mean, to a respect.
Can.
You know what I'm saying?
You still can. Make it funny. Make it funny. If it is funny, you can say anything you want. Hold on. I didn't mean to take so long, because I still got other chapters I need to get through.
Man, you ain't got no business talking about no kids and certain stuff you can't say, period. Even with a joke. It'll get you up out of here. Like some comedian, he was just talking about George Floyd. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, David Faison, he called, he apologized.
The joke
That
wasn't
got
funny.
An ass whooping. That came with an ass whooping and a
you know he got the phone calls. He didn't apologize just because he wanted to.
Yeah.
You know that.
But see, you going for the laugh. You going for the shock and you going for the laugh. You know, so.
Oh. You see how Stephen, let me see if I can just rewind that back just a tad bit. Because Stephen got in his feelings just over George Floyd. Because, you know, that's his brother, that's his twin. I tell you, he tried to market himself over that.
For the laugh. You going for the shock and you going for the laugh. You know, so.
Make me feel like I'm gonna do rap again, man. We need the mother microphones today.
Hold on. I thought I...
Faison, he called, he apologized.
Yeah, that could have got an ass whooping. That came with an ass whooping and a
you
cancellation.
know he got the phone calls. He didn't apologize just because he wanted to.
Yeah.
You know that.
But see, you going for the laugh.
But why would he have to apologize? It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
If I go on camera, if I'm doing that's what I told him too.
But if they jokes, why you got to apologize if they jokes?
Well,
nobody's too big to be talked about, though. You did the right thing, but everybody can be talked about.
I'm not talking about it.
So don't be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? I get it. One's deceased and the other one is alive. One was brutally murdered in front of the whole world. And one was talked about in front of the whole world and had his name marked. So, I'm just saying.
Say Mike Epps is playing a comedian on there. I'm going to see this shit. That's where we at.
They're gonna say Day Day too.
They're gonna kill me with Day Day.
Day Day.
I think that role right there with Ice Cube, that was the best role that I played because I can't get the character off of me. Everywhere I go,
the character is you though. In so many ways.
Some of it.
Yeah.
He will be forever named Day Day. But he was in that character so well. He played that character. I was very shocked on how well he played that role. Because right before that one, or maybe around the same time, All About the Benjamins came out or something like that. I could be wrong. I could be off a bit. But it's not the same. That character for him, Day Day, that was fitting for him. And it's like he embodied that character. And yeah, he will be forever Day Day.
That's a
old Mike in the street. That's a lot of old Mike in the street.
I played all kinds of roles. I played drug dealers. I played I just was in a movie with Bruce Willis called, I forget the name of it, but I was a shit. Google the motherfucker, but I was a human trafficker in that.
I'll Google it for you.
Them was fucked up roles that I didn't want to play.
But you killed it.
When I first got into business, one of the first roles that I played a movie with Vin Diesel. It was called Strays. It was Vin Diesel's first movie. Didn't nobody even know who the fuck he was.
I think I saw Strays. Let me pull up my phone right quick. I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't see it.
That ludicrous character, ludicrous in the Fast and Furious, that should have been me. That was Vin Diesel's friend a long time ago.
Now, Mike Epps know better. But we already know why he couldn't be it. Because Cat Williams said what he said. And he's been in all the Fast and Furious ever since. Right?
So there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing. And it had to be one or the other of us. And decisions had to be made. So it was both of us. We were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person they said was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Cat Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that it applied to 7 people? Yes. It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200?
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
200 million. I might need to get me one of them women.
Acts of Violence. I was in that movie. Man, I played 1 million roles. That's why I even played, well, they told me that I was gay, but I didn't. I said, I'm going to play the role, but I ain't gay.
What movie was that?
It was, I was in the first episode of The Sopranos. Yes. Nigga, they said, guess what? This is how they tricked me. They said, because I came in, I read for the motherfucker. They said, you and this dude, y'all stole the car. Y'all stole the car. Yeah, Google it. He said, y'all stole the car. I said, okay, we stole the car. He said, and that's your boyfriend. No, nigga, before it started. And I got offended. And the producer pulled me to the side and said, what's the problem? Are you homophobic or something? I said, nah, I ain't homophobic. But listen to this. This is me moving from Indiana to, no.
Oh my God. The fact that his first role was for him to play as a homosexual man. Have y'all seen that? Remember that beautiful baked bean footage?
Everybody else hit their feet. Andy, I'm ready. Yep. Here comes Lucy now. People at the airport show are always late. Daddy, boys drove off the wrong car a couple of days ago. I'm not right. We ain't saying shit up to the
That is so cute. That was a... You know what? You have to start somewhere. And long as you have some integrity, maybe. I'm not sure.
New York, nigga, I lived in New York for 15 years. That's where the fuck I moved to, New York. I moved to New York City. When I was 21 years old, didn't know nobody, didn't know nothing, and got fucked around and auditioned for the motherfucking Sopranos and got the role. Didn't have no money or nothing. He said, yeah. I said, I ain't got to touch him, do I? He said, no, you just gonna, when we come in the house, you gonna holler for him and say, Eddie. I said, guess what? I don't know how to play a gay guy, but I know how to talk like my mother.
As long as I don't have to touch him. I mean, as long as I don't have to touch him. And I know how to play like my mother. You know what I'm saying? So, as long as he's not putting on a dress and embodying his mother. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot. And if you don't have to touch him, if you don't have to kiss him and things like that, I can see that as you being an actor. I can see as you being an actor. Because you're just acting.
I know how to talk just like her. That's who I grew up with. Just me and my mama. So if I want to go into my mama, Michael, I know how to do that. I said, I'm not going to let that test who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I did the role, got my little money and moved on. You know what I'm saying? And it did bother me. That's why I can sit right here and tell you that I played the role. I work with nothing but gay people in Hollywood. Some of the best people in the world. Beautiful people. Save your life.
I like how he said, in Hollywood. Well, where else would they be at, Pumpkin? Are they just not around you? There weren't any at work before you became who you are? Like there weren't any gay men beforehand? I'm confused. So only in Hollywood?
Probably will do more for you than the killer will. Killer will let you die because he's a killer. But the gay dude might hug you a little tighter. Y'all might have to cut some of this shit. Because I work in Hollywood. See, that's why I don't like doing these motherfucking podcasts. I'm out of here. Fuck this shit. No, for real, this is a real education for black men out there. Black men. You got to learn how to control your mind and your emotions with all of this stuff. The tough man role is gonna fuck your life up. Being homophobic gonna fuck your life up. Not growing up and becoming a man when you're supposed to gonna fuck your life up. You got all these things that'll fuck a young man up. This is what fucks a young man up. I was a young man, a light-skinned young man around dark-skinned men. You know what kind of fight that is in a fucking black community?
I do.
I like how he talks about how men need to grow up, how men basically should be men, how hard it is for men. And I get how hard it is for men. I get it. I have a father, I have a brother, I have a husband, I have a son. So, and they're all black. That's another thing. So I get it. I definitely get the fact how hard it is being a black man. I also like the fact that he talks about his colorism. How hard it was for him being a light skin. And maybe he is lighter than what I'm thinking he is. Because I'm looking at him and I'm looking at Matt. Like, to me, Matt is light skin. He's tan, maybe? Brownish? Like, you know what I'm saying? And maybe if I don't know, I have to pull up a picture of Mike Epps because he's making it seem like he's so light. And to me, I think he's like I guess Carmel could be a light-skinned person. Mike Epps. Let me the real Mike Epps did. Yeah, to me, he's not light-skinned. Like, I'm looking at a picture of him and some more. I'll put it up. He doesn't look all that light-skinned to me. So, I don't get what he's talking about. And maybe the people are a darker complexion that, you're around. There's too much light beaming on his forehead. Yeah, I don't see him being all this light complected person.
That shit ain't no joke. That's why when you go to the penitentiary, you run into all these light-skinned killers. Bunch of light-skinned, I'm talking about, man, you look like Al B. Shore. Yep, I got life without parole, bro. You know what I mean? Because somebody might have touched him when he was a kid that made him a monster. You see what I'm saying?
I like the fact that he talked about that because I tell you all the time, children are our future, and that's why people are trying to warp their minds to do this and to do that. Oh, you need to do this. You need to tell your parent. No, parents need to be parents. It says in the Bible that, I know I'm going to get it wrong, okay, but I'm just going to give you the short version, that we are supposed to guide them into the way. And I believe it's the man that is supposed to guide their son in the way of the Lord, if I'm not mistaken. But it's somewhere on part of that. But it's other people that's trying to get to these children, and it warps their head. And then he's talking about light-skinned men being in the penitentiary because of the fact that somebody messed with him when they were young. When they were young and turned them into a monster. And it's because that's when they are vulnerable. And that's what warps them. And it does turn them into whatever that's going to happen. And it's so sad. It's so very sad.
This is what the kids need to hear right here. You want to hear some shit? That's some shit you need to hear. You're celebrating and you're looking in the wrong areas. You got to know what you're dealing with, man. This is life. You know what I'm saying? If don't nobody teach you, life itself is gonna teach you. It'll whoop your ass.
Life will be lifing. Life will definitely be lifing. And the Antichrist spirit wants to pull people in the ways that is not of God, unfortunately.
And make you humble, calm you down, settle you down. It'll do all of that to you.
Talking like you've been through it.
I've been through. I've been on drugs. I've been killing themselves, trying to fit in with somebody who's fucked up. That's the truth. Now I'm a comedian. We supposed to be laughing.
I've been laughing the whole time.
And then the conversation didn't went there like that.
It's all good. It should happen.
Cause comedians are dark people, man. We dark. Cat Williams, I bless that. I pray for that brother, man. I pray for that brother because that's some serious shit. The shit that he did on that podcast, man, we better hope all the people that he said ain't no killers. Cause he ain't gonna know who hit him. They got money. They know niggas. It just take one of them to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, that's it.
But then again, you know, a lot of those people.
But you know what, though? We don't know who is in the book of names. We don't know when we are going to go. The truth of the matter is, if you can help a person and steer them in the right direction, no matter the cost, God will reward you. God will protect you. That's what I'm saying.
That he said something about, they probably ain't bothered because, you know, you don't really, it don't move you if it ain't true.
I mean, either way, man, you know what I mean? Everybody moves different, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. That negativity sells like that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It sells.
People are drawn to that.
Why is it negativity? Because he told the truth. Why is it negativity? Because he told the truth. I have to put up the Joe Rogan's podcast as well, because it was a total different podcast that he did with Shanon Sharpe. Pardon me. I loved the things that they talked about. I'll hurry up and edit that as quickly as possible.
The negativity.
They are. That's why I had to go shake Shannon's hand, because I can't control these dudes out here that'll just go try to do something to him just to, it ain't even for me.
Mm-hmm.
They just, oh man, yeah, I'm riding for Mike. You ain't riding for me. I don't even know you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
And people are like that. And to me, it's like they're doing it for clout. Oh, I did it for you. Well, who are you? That's like when you talk about your favorite celebrities and they come out of nowhere. Who is it? The Beehives, or they'll come out of nowhere and attack, or the Unicorns. I don't know. What was another one? Who's Mariah Carey? I forgot what they're called. Who's the horses? Megan Thee Stallion, maybe. I'm not sure. But people just do that in general. And I'm not saying that, you know, I don't understand how you can be so sensitive and be ready to jump on people at the same time. Make that make sense for me. So this is the last one. Hopefully this will not take me long to edit. I feel like this.
Yeah, them niggas was pulling up in AMG Benzes, and man, that motherfucker was live, man. I got a chance to see that shit, you know, and didn't nobody know me. I was just a quiet mouth sitting there,
Soaking up game.
soaking up the game, man. You know what I mean? Just,
Well, you got a. You said you got a Netflix special coming out soon.
I got a Netflix special called "I'm Ready to Sell Out."
Yep.
That's really the
I
name?
love this.
That's the name of it.
Listen.
And the reason why I said that is because I have, per se, been a real nigga so long that it's not paying the way I wanted to pay. So I'm watching all these dudes getting all this money and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it. I'm not putting.
Well, which one are you? Are you the real ninja, or are you the scapegoat? Because you've been the scapegoat all this time because you were protecting your brand and your money because you can act as well as do comedy. So, are you the real ninja? Or are you the safe person? Like, which one are you? Because I'm confused. Because you playing it safe, you should be getting your money. Right?
On a dress.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
I'm not putting on a dress, and I'm not physically doing nothing for it.
That's good. That's good. But you know what? He looks like he's at that age where they're not going to try that stuff with him. And I could be wrong. I don't know. But he looks like he's at that age. And I'm pretty sure he is at that age where they're not going to do that stuff to him. Now, they may try to put him in a dress. That, yeah. But he already clearly said that he's not going to do that. And he's not going to do other things. So you might as well just go ahead and be a truth teller. You've seen a lot of stuff. You've been through a lot of stuff. If the money is not moneying, what's the difference anyways, pumpkin?
But whatever that means.
Outside of that, you gang?
I mean, well, when I say sell out, is like, you know, whatever it, the real nigga thing, it ain't paying me.
The real ninja is not paying him. Well, which one is it? I'm confused. Because you're not being a truth teller. So, which one is it? I'm confused on that part.
It ain't. The real nigga check then ran out.
I disagree.
Well, when I say that, it limits you. You see? And see, now I'm adding this up with my age, Steve.
Yeah, I feel it.
I'm at an age where I'm at a different age of you. I'm looking down the hill. So my mentality is different.
He also have two young ones. I think he has a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. So I get what he's saying, where his money is not moneying. But you can live comfortably. That tongue is not playing tonight. But you can do it. But, you know, you have an image that you want to keep up. And I get it. You have an image.
I'm like, damn. And I'm not really saying sell out.
Right.
I know I'm gonna still be the same person, but I gotta play the game a little bit more, man.
You got to.
I gotta play the game, man.
I ain't mad at that.
I didn't get in this business to rebel.
He has to play the game a little bit more. You mean the money game? Like Uncle Steve? I'm just saying, you have to play the game a little bit more. Don't play the game a little bit more. See what God has for you. See how well you get blessed.
And bucket everything. I got in this business to learn about it. I didn't prove to everybody I'm a real dude. I didn't show that a million times. Now it's time for me to show everybody I'm a good father, I'm a businessman, I'm a good friend, I can be trusted so that I can get better opportunities.
I love it. Well,
and I get what he's trying to say. You might as well just be a truth teller. Be a mouthpiece for God. They'll listen to you. Be a mouthpiece for God. Look how well these other people are well off doing. What's the difference? is because you want to appear, and you want to be liked. You want to be with those other folk. Like you want to bump shoulders with them. Like help me understand. Help me help you. Because you're not supposed to be in the world. Excuse me, of the world. Of it. You're not supposed to be of it. You're just supposed to be in it. And you're supposed to set apart from everyone else. And I believe you could be a truth teller. So I'm going to wrap this up so I can go ahead and edit it and hopefully have it up tomorrow, which in a couple of minutes will be today. So on that note, Fembem, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this podcast, his interview with them. Gosh, I don't even know the name of it. I'll link it up there. I'll definitely link it so y'all can see the whole video. But I tell you, that Stephen, he's a piece of work. You need to, Heavenly Father, pray to get that animosity out of your heart. It's over and done with, Pumpkin. So on that note, Fembam, thanks for watching, rating, subscribing. All that good jazz made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. Peace and peace.